Okay.
I'm going trash hunting though. With my tractor.
Well, we're live right now. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good.
I'm gonna show you one that I got.
All right.
Cord's cut. Tweaker's got to it, so that's probably gonna be a scrap. I'm selling that quick up.
Okay.
This Bissell, I don't know what that is, but it needs a canister. The shop vac, QSP pipe. That's going good.
You're not currently fixing something, right? Just something that you're working on.
I mean, I am working on this, but not at the moment.
Okay.
And then this console too. Electronic. And an XL21.
Ah, nice.
So
Where do you normally sell those?
Offer up.
Offer up. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I do sometimes sell stuff on my card, but I don't have any. I only have one thing listed right now. Yeah, I'm out to go cut grass. All right. What? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going back to my dad's tomorrow, so I'll have everything there.
Okay.
So
all right, sounds good, man. You have fun. Look like you're doing some responsible work there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going trash hunt right now.
Okay.
But,
well,
yeah.
keep me posted on it, okay? Yes, sir. Yeah, that's cool. That was a vacuum guy. Vacuum guy, guys. So some of you heard the he's been in the comments, like leaving a few comments for us, and he was here. You actually, there's the videos on my channel where he visited our shop, and he had a couple of finds, and he found an Auric that I think was selling for like $15, and it said tested on it. And when he went to plug it in, it wasn't working. So he asked him, "What are you going to do with it?" And they said, "Oh, well, we're just going to trash." He said, "Why don't you just give it to me?" He's a good negotiator. He said, "Just give it to me." And when he got it here, it turned out that one of the prongs were not connected to the power switch, so the power wasn't making its way down to the motor, and he got himself a fine. That was a good deal. All right. So anyway, I'm about to kind of get into this, but something was on my mind, and I just kind of said, let me get it out the way while I'm doing this, and I can chat with you guys a little bit. All right. Let me see if I can see some. Let me see. Let me open up the chat here. Vacuum guy. Yeah, 35. Okay. It's $35. And the kid is sharp. He's saying he has a business mind, and I'm for that, because I promote that with my boys. Sometimes, my wife likes to go. She'll go yard sale on a Saturday or something. It just seemed like it's the thing a lot of these ladies do in this area, and you can get good deals, especially if you do reselling. If you'd be surprised the stuff that you find. But the other side of it is negotiating, is trying to get the price. So having that business mind, and having, hopefully it carries with you and take you all the way through, kind of rides with you from a young age, rather than teaching kids, because think about it, a kid already, as a kid, becoming a teenager and all that stuff, they hardly pay for anything. Think about it. So in their life, everything is free. Okay. Why shouldn't everything be free? So when they vote for things, most of the young people are going to vote for all the free stuff, right? 5, 10% of them will have been taught, money management, or just about go get it. That go get it thing is a small percentage. That also tracks with the amount of people who become very successful or start a business or something versus, let's say, someone who's working a job. And nothing's wrong with working on a job. Just understand that. It's just that it's the game you're in. But sometimes a mindset comes along with the game you're in. It's like a certain mindset follows that game, right? And so that's what you find a lot of the young folks would be more into socialist type stuff where, hey, give me some of yours and you have more than me, so I should have the same amount, not realizing that no, that guy worked a whole different thing. He said, yeah, but his father gave it to him. Yeah, okay, well, who gave it to the father? Because it is our job as parents to try to leave a better life for our kids or try to do something for them. So to shame people for getting an opportunity from their parents is ridiculous. It's so backwards. I don't know why they would try to get young people angry at someone who got an opportunity because their father did whatever it took to grow a business. And now I say, oh, well, you only got that position because it's your father. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think my father's doing this for? He's silly, man. Come on. People are ridiculous. It's like saying the only reason you have a house is because your mom left you a house. So what? It's just, I don't know, man. The thinking that they try to program kids to think is so backwards. It's so anti-productive. I just don't. But I get it. You need grievance. People love grievance, and if you have a grievance, you have a platform. If you don't have grievance, you're gonna have to find the grievance. So the minimum wage thing popped up. Let me get started. What am I putting on my shades for? The minimum wage thing popped up this morning about something happened in California or whatever. And I was like, man, it's funny because I was working with a company recently, and I get the company side because I'm running the business, but I get the employee side where you want to get paid. You want to get paid a good amount of money, but sometimes when you're walking in the door and you have absolutely no experience, and you're walking in and you're saying, "Hey, I want to get paid $25 an hour, $30 an hour, whatever it is." Then there's skilled technicians that are starting at 25. So now you're going to give someone who most of the people that are on, what do you call that? That move towards the minimum wage or whatever. It's either teenagers, young people that's going into the workforce, maybe someone who's retired that want to get back into the workforce, or maybe someone who's looking for second income, or maybe you're married and maybe the other person, one person's a main income earner and the other one is just kind of doing little side gigs on the side to add to the extra money. I get, so there are different people that will go into that. But to do like a ridiculously high minimum wage, it kind of messes with the small businesses out there. And the people who can handle it are the large companies. They can handle it. The small business can't, so they get crushed out. But you also, I believe, you create a black market, just like prohibition when they made alcohol illegal. You create a black market, so you create a black market for wage earners, right? The guy's like, man, I can't afford to pay $20 an hour, so I'm gonna see if I can find someone who's willing to do it for 10, 15, and who's most likely to do it for that price. Someone who may not be here legally. I'm not bashing anyone for getting their bread, but just know that there's ramifications of it. Then the other side is the amount of opportunities that are available becomes more competitive because the competition starts at 20 for the businesses. So now we're competing for the talent starting at 20, but now you're going to be more selective. And if you're coming in with no experience, you're gonna have to come really right. So you know, there are pros and cons with this. Okay, because you're coming in with no experience and you want them to pay you what they normally paid an experienced person for. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to come right if that's what you're pushing for. So there are pros and cons, and there what do you call that? There are trade-offs, and the trade-off for a state that decide to do that, the trade-off is you're gonna lose either business or you're gonna have a lot of people who are actually unemployed because they're gonna hire less. Because you're forcing a company, rather than leaving it up to pure competition, you're forcing a company to pay this, or else they can be in trouble, or they can get fined. That's a kind of an odd place to be, and especially if your cost of living and your tax burdens are high. It shouldn't be done out of emotion. It should be done very calculated. You know, doing stuff like that shouldn't be emotional. But that's how they try to appeal to the people. They want to, you appeal to the emotions of people. But a lot of these guys don't think, man. They're emotional politicians, and then they try to gather the people emotionally. And the people that they win over are the young people who, again, came out of a world where everything was free. So they're gonna say, yeah. I'm changing this chord for this Bissell thing here. Let me just slide this back a little bit. That's my 2 cents on that. Hey, Sydney, what's up, bro? Sydney from Brazil. Carlos, what's going on? Man, I'm here. All right. So let me start on this thing. But that thing is weird. That it's weird. It's tricky, man. You want to make money. Just like when I do my work, I want to make money. Right? And if I felt that the price wasn't in my control, I wouldn't feel like it's my business. You know what I mean? Like I can't charge a certain amount. Like I'm gonna get penalized if I charge $10 versus 5. I may need to charge 15 because of something. But if that was like by law, that would be very strange. That's very strange. So for those who are like championing this stuff, just keep in mind that these guys, they don't think like you. They're not working like you. And there's always something else, because really the big businesses are the ones that benefit from this. They're the ones that can afford that money. All right. And they're probably the ones that want that unskilled labor to come in, because you're gonna move the mediocre guy or the medium labor guy or the guy who's just coming out of school. You're gonna end up moving those guys out the way, and those guys are gonna find a black market to get labor. But if it was just based on competition and it wasn't nothing shady going on, you're still going to be in a bad spot if you're an unskilled person asking for 20, 25 while there's skilled people out there. You may just have to up your skill. Okay? Just keep that in mind if you're in California or one of those places. All right? That's just my opinion, though. That's just how I see it. I'm looking at this as a very from practical point of view, like really, how would this work, man? It sounds good, but if now all of a sudden people are unemployed as a result of companies saying, nah, we can't afford that. Nah, we're gonna move, we're gonna go to a different state, or we're gonna automate. We're gonna use automation so we don't have to pay people. And then I'm only gonna hire skilled people. Then those people are now back in a worse position than they were before. It's very tricky. So it shouldn't be made with emotion. It shouldn't be emotional appeal that make this work. It should definitely be, you should think this thing through. I would think, especially before you vote for something like that. You got to think it through, man. All right, so take a look at this motor. I'm just kind of taking, I just want to switch out the cord right now. And you know, these machines are, you know, if you look at them, man, they're not. There's nothing really complicated about what's happening here. Okay, it's wires upon wires and time, and whether you have the time to do it or not. Okay, or the patience, because sometimes it's just patience. All right, so if you look, so we have our power cord. Now, this is the reason why this cord is being switched out. Some cords would get wrapped up like this. They'll get really like tangled up. And after a while, it becomes inconvenient for the people to use it. You're using more of your time untangling the cord than you are actually getting your job done. At that point, it's like, man, let me get rid of this damn cord. Let me get something else. And that's the situation we're in with this one. You know, I was telling my son that culture determines success, man. Culture determines success. A kid, we're talking about something else, but a kid, two people can grow up in the same house, and based on the culture that each kid adopt, right? You can adopt the culture of your parents, whatever, but you can adopt something totally different, some whole different ideology. Your belief system, the way you think, all that stuff was affected by the culture you adopt. Because that culture now tells you where, you know, how should you treat elderly? How should you treat the young? How should you treat work? What time should you wake up to get stuff done? You know, it affects that. So if your culture is not, just because you live in a neighborhood don't mean you have to adopt to that culture, right? You know what I mean? Like behavior, mannerisms, rituals that you follow and stuff like that. It's all, but it determines success, man. Okay, it determines success. It really does. You know, it really, really does. You know, like if you adopt your father's culture, let's say, and your father says, man, every day we wake up at 6:45, we get the work done. You know, you got to be at work 15 minutes early rather than just making it through the door on time. All of that stuff is determined based on the people that surround you, the advice you take, the stuff you adopt. And that now determines how you go. And keep that in mind. It's funny how most kids fight their parents' cultures, though. They don't want, you know, I guess that's just a kid thing. You're going to be rebellious and, no, I'm going to do it my way. You know, or another way is better. They think the way that their friend taught them or something they saw on TV, that way is better. Okay, so this is part of the thing that's holding it in. This is a very simple machine. If you have one of these, you should be able to pretty simply kind of go in and swap out cords and even swap out a motor. They're not complicated. This guy only have three main wires to kind of look out for. You have a ground. Okay, you have your ground. This is the power cord. You have your ground, right? You have your lead wire, and you have your neutral wire. So if you buy a motor, you know, just get a motor and just disconnect the old wires and pop in the new wires. All right. The fear, though, is making a mistake and, you know, stuff like that. That is the fear. But man, be adventurous, man. Give it. It'd be cool if we had the same machine, probably a similar problem, and we're attacking it. You know, see how we attack that. That would probably be pretty cool. All right, guys. I got to take this off of here. Okay. But if you've ever had the privilege of working for someone and working for yourself, it gives you a perspective. It does. If you've only worked for someone else, you may not have the other perspective. You may have to go and, I don't know, talk to somebody who's been in business or, you know, read some books or go to a couple of functions where you're around business people. You see how they think and how they talk and where they're coming from. But to teach a whole group that business people are evil or rich people are bad and all that stuff. That is toxic, man. That's not good for, it's not good, man, for production and productive people. And that kind of mindset is a loser's thinking, very loser thinking. Like, why would I envy somebody or to a point where I want them to have less because, well, he's rich, so we're going to give him less. Ah, shite. Why did I do this? I should have looked. I didn't even look. So this power cord from the cord is going into the power switch. I don't know why I even took this apart. I wasn't even paying attention. Let me put this back together. This is this goes from the switch. This goes from the motor to the second part of the power switch. Okay. See that? This looks like a female lead that may go down to the floor like a power nozzle. This little section right here, this may be plugged into a power nozzle right here. Okay, so that's where this extra wire. So it's shearing the power. So it's coming in from the motor. Okay, hits the power switch. You turn on the power switch that connects that electricity coming in, and it runs it to the motor. Some of it goes to the motor, and some of it goes to this lead and is waiting for something to be plugged in. And that's really what the setup is like here. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty simple. All right. But if you don't make any mistakes like I'm making right now, you'll be fine. The hell is my damn thing? Where's my I bought them all out here. I wanted to make sure I was prepared today. Carlos. Remember to guard your okay. Yep. I will. All right. So let's close this up. All right. I'm gonna use my little closer. So this was the extra work I gave myself. I didn't need to. I wasn't paying attention. All right. All right, Carlos, what you up to today, buddy? Okay. All right. So all right, I'm gonna remove this. If anyone knows of an easier way to remove this, oh my gosh, I would love to talk to that person. I normally have to try to squeeze these back together again, like, and then try to pull it off. Sometimes the plastic will come off and leave the metal on, or you can just cut it. You can cut it and start fresh, but I kind of want to see if I can get it off. So one move versus see that came off. Okay, so this part of the power cord. So I'm going to remove this here. Voila. Okay. Turn this like this, and I don't think I'm going to get rid of this guy. I think I'm going to keep him because this have the little rubber plasticky cover. It fits nice and snug here. So I think I'm going to keep this guy. And I think all I'm going to do is strip him and put the other one on. Okay? Like that. Strip this guy here and go like that. Voila. Boom. Okay? Yeah, so no, is there a need for I think I think it's useful to have it. Yes, human nature is what it is. So you don't want people underpaying people. Like I said, it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing, man. Because every employee would say, yeah, raise it to $30, right? Okay, and we raise it to $30. So everyone's making $30 an hour. The businesses in that area says, okay. And remember, that's just the starting. That's just the young people that's coming into the market. That is the elderly that already got their retirement pension and they want to come back in the market. That's everyone is starting at that point, and the competition starts from there up. So when the cost of doing business is so high, everything goes up, man. Everything goes up. Everything goes up. And then you got to compete. You can still survive and you'll still make it. Just know that you have to compete. So just be ready for the trade-off. That's all I'm saying. You know, be ready for what you're trading it for. Okay. Doesn't mean that you don't do it. If you're going to vote for it, vote for it. But you know, if all of a sudden businesses are shutting down or whatever, don't feel like you're being attacked. That's just what's going to come next. That's all that is. So say to yourself, okay, my state just raised the minimum wage to like $20 an hour. All right, I better be ready because it's going to be even tougher getting a position if that's the market you're in, if you're in the minimum wage market. Because a lot of people that went to university, got their diplomas, whatever, or specialize in a field, they're not competing in that market. They're going in with ready to negotiate for the highest possible thing because they're bringing something else to the market. You know, the people that are competing for that market are no insult intended, is just the unskilled, unskilled worker or the teenager just looking for work, or someone looking for that extra money at the end of their working career. Those guys are going to be competing in that market. The higher income markets is a whole nother competitive level. Okay, so you're either going to it's either going to be automation, or which is coming anyway, or it's going to be you're going to be competing against people who have skill. That means you may have to go and up your skill. Just be ready for that. That's all that is. Give me a second. So yeah, man, you're probably gonna have more. You're probably gonna have people going back to like family business, man. It's like, listen, let me get my cousins in here. Let me get my son and my cousins, everybody in here, because man, look, I'm not paying all these people to come in here and do nothing. And less of that will be tolerated too. The guy who just shows up to work and tries to hide from work, try to do the least amount of work. You're gonna have a big crackdown on that thing. Oh man, those people are funny. It takes so much more energy to try to look busy than to actually be working. Always hiding and running around the corner, looking busy. Oh man, those guys make me laugh every time I see them doing that stuff. Like, man, look, man, you don't know this. You're hurting yourself, bro. You have no clue, man. You think you're getting off. You're hurting yourself, man. It's a bad habit you're developing, and it's gonna bite you in the ass, man. That's it. That's just what it is. It's gonna bite you in the ass. You can't get away for too long, you know. You can't hide, man. You can't hide. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I'm just clipping these wires. I want to reuse this thing. All right. And I'm just going to reuse this wire right here because I already have, this thing is already working. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got. Now, wait, let me see. I have to put it through here first, though. I got to put this on. This is like the brace to hold this in. And then I have my little lock right here. This I can put on later. Right. But you want to get this over and that's out the way. All right. Then we're just going to connect our wires, man. We're just going to connect what we need to connect. Put this guy back together like this. Okay. And I'll use one of these. I'm not really a big fan of this because I hate taking it off. But I'm using it, right? That's how it came. Okay. So this guy's together. All right. No biggie. Then get my whites. I tell you, what do you call that? The desegregation. These guys are These machines, they keep the whites together and the blacks together and the greens together. You see it. You see it here. Oh man, that's you gotta laugh at stuff like that, man. You get too uptight with it. Your life is miserable. Okay. All right, here we go. Squeeze. Okay, so the whites are together. Beautiful. All right. And what else we got? And then this guy. This is a ground. I think I'm gonna use a twisty one. You can use the other one, but I'll use the twisty one for this guy. No biggie. No big deal. All right. So I'm back together. I'm gonna pull my cord back through so I can have less of it floating around the place. And then I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let me not do that yet. Let me not do that yet. Give me a second. Let me not do that yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Hey, come on, bro. Man. Okay. So I'm probably gonna use about right here. Right there's about where I want to be. So I'm gonna clip my little thing in here.
I have to smash that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So I'm gonna squeeze this guy together here, and I'm gonna clamp him in. So let me give him a little space. I think that's good. That's good. That's good right there. So let me use this one more time. I'm gonna clamp him in, and I'm gonna squeeze him down. Okay. I tell you, do you know what was always fascinating to me? And I think I spoke about it before, but this stuff, you know what? Trust me, the stuff I talk, if I'm talking about something on the channel, it's something that I ponder a lot. Okay, it don't just come out of the blue or something. It's something I ponder a lot. So I ponder when guys are raising. I understand why people get duped by this kind of talk, but what always baffled me is the people that actually have, and I think I'm finding out more and more why. I'm finding out more, but it always baffled me the people that are actually the successful people in the country, the top people, the big donors, right? And I'm like, why would you be voting for more taxes on your side? That was always baffling to me. You know, like I understand young people vote in a certain way because again, they're coming from that. They've been fed. Everything is free. Why shouldn't everything be free, right? For the rest of my life, right? I get that. I understand why they think that way. I don't agree with that kind of thinking, but I understand why they think that way. But the guys who have money that's donating to a candidate, let's say, that is talking about raising taxes. It would, you know what it would mean a lot more if those guys never got money from the richest people. Because then I would like, see, at least they don't get money from the rich people are against them. So maybe they are for the poor. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, right? But when you're getting $2 billion from the richest people. And then the richest people in our country is also supported, like the richest people, from the entertainers to all the music and all the tech guys and all the richest folks in our country supporting this high tax push and all this other stuff and all these clampdowns and all this restriction and all. Like, most businesses don't want too many restrictions because it's going to hurt their flow, their production and whatever, right? So they don't want that. But why are you voting for that, right? Most businesses don't want to have to pay a lot of tax, and most rich people don't want to have to pay a lot of tax. So why are you voting for this? It's like, it baffles me, man. But then you have to figure out that if you're using your head, holy cow. One, it doesn't matter to them if you raise taxes because they're not going to pay the extra. They know how to hide money. Doesn't mean they don't pay taxes. They pay a lot of taxes, right? They're already being taxed more than everybody else. So why would you ask for more unless there's a benefit on the other side of this? What's the benefit, man? What are you getting? And maybe I'm not thinking about it hard enough, but it's fishy to me. What are you getting? Why would you? Because you got more money than me, and I don't want to pay any more taxes. So why would you be doing that? Why? What are you getting? And if you don't ask those questions, you're not thinking, man. Why would the richest people in America want to pay more taxes? You would think they'll be demanding that the country manage the money better, because that's how they manage their business, right? That's how they manage their business, right? They manage their business by cutting costs and being more efficient. And you're going to just give money to, think about how tough it is to get a loan. You're going to just give money to people that, you're going to give more money to you guys. You guys are already mismanaging the damn thing. Why am I going to give you more money? Oh, man, let me shut up there before let me shut up. All right. Here we go. All right. So this motor is in. This motor is in, man. They got a guy in New York that went into a building, man, and just shot up a bunch of people, bro. Not cool, man. Not cool, man. I don't know what his real motivation was. I think he was an NFL player or something like that. It's like, golly, man. Damn, bro. Come on, man. You want to take yourself out? Take yourself out. You know? How you gotta go and take all these other people out? They didn't do shit to you. Man. All right, let's see if I got this all. Let's see if I'm right here, okay? All right, so now I'm about to put this bad boy back in. You want to take yourself out. Take yourself out, man. Which I don't agree with. I don't think you should take yourself out. I think there's still a way, but some people they say that pain is too much, that they can't live with the pain anymore. All right. Okay. All right. But you're gonna go take a bunch of other people. And then he went to the wrong floor. The people that he wanted to get, he went to the wrong floor. It's like, come on, man. Damn it, bro. Just not cool, man. Not cool at all. I'm wondering if there are a bunch of people that's making him into a hero, like they did the other guy that killed that healthcare guy. They made him into like a folk hero. It's like, you guys, what's wrong with you people, man? Damn. You guys are ass backwards. You ever heard that saying, ass backwards? Guys used to say that in the Bronx. That's ass backwards, man. How you gonna go? Why would you support that shit? Crazy? What happened if that was your uncle? Okay. I'm just trying to wiggle this thing back in place and make sure cords are not in the way. Okay, look at that. Fantastic. All right. So let's put the screws back in the top here, or the back. And this guy is wrapped up. Now, I got a Kirby that gave me a challenge yesterday, and I'm going to try to finish it up today because this thing pissed me off. I was right in the middle of shooting my video, and I'm trying to get the damn fan blade off, which I've taken 1,000 fan blades off. And this guy says, screw you. I'm not coming off. I was like, man, it happened right in the middle of my video. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's test. We're gonna plug this in and we're gonna test it. So back here, the filter goes in back here. I don't see a lot of these machines. You know, this remind me of the Mighty Mite. I mean, like down to the. I swear, man, I have a Mighty Mite here. And wait a second. Don't Bissell own Sanitaire? Wait. Hold on, I gotta double check this. Sanitaire. Was Sanitaire purchased by Electrolux? Eureka. Well, I don't think they're all together. Somewhere, I'm forgetting. Sanitaire, Electrolux, Eureka, right? Right? Or Sanitaire, Eureka. Electrolux, Eureka. That's probably how it went. Right? But now, don't now Bissell have Sanitaire? Because I'm looking at all these machines. I'm like, damn, all these machines look alike, right? But if it's the same company, then, you know, they just, you know, just like Toyota, Lexus, right? Very similar car design. Give me a sec. Because you look at how big they are, right? And you're like, oh, yeah, this is commercial, right? And you spend, I don't know, maybe you spend $200. Let me see something. I'm not gonna bash anybody in the head, but let me look something up real quick. Let me look something up. All right. Big Green Machine. Big Green Machine Canister, right? Commercial. Let me see something. Okay. So this Big Green Machine commercial canister. Now look, I'm a reseller, so. But hey, I'm gonna tell the guys on my channel the truth anyway, right? So it's okay. So a Big Green Machine commercial canister goes for $231.42 for the most part. Okay, 219 to 2 thing, right? Right? Okay. Now I'll sell it. But if we're talking, we can talk, right? So I was talking to my son the other day. Color makes a difference. Color, you know, the way you advertise, color makes a difference. So take a look at this. So the name, Big Green Machine, you know, the whole deal, right? Look, it's big, it's green, and it's a machine. Mighty Mite, let me take out the hose. Mighty Mite is lighter. It's a lighter machine, right? Okay, it's a lighter machine, but you can get one of these for about $100. Okay. Now, if I open this up and the motors are the same size, what are we doing, right? Maybe this is sturdier, maybe. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know. The plastics, maybe it's sturdier. It does look sturdier. The plastic does look sturdier. It does. Okay, the plastic does look sturdier. All right, I'm not gonna lie about that. The wheels look sturdier. The wheels do look sturdier. All right. The wheels look sturdier. But I'm thinking it's the same company, I believe, man. I'll be honest with you. That's what I'm thinking right now. The wheels look sturdier, but they're the same, relatively the same design machine. You know, opens at the top, you know, put it in, opens at the top, drop your bag in, put it in. Now they have this in the Sanitaire version also. But what I think the quality of the plastic they make this out of may be different. The motor might be smaller though. So let me see for sure. I want to see for sure. Okay. the motor might be smaller. Let me open this up. I'm curious now. Let's see something. The thing about the reason why having durable plastic is important, because if the plastic parts break, if your cord breaks, you can replace the cord, right? If the motor is messed up or the power switch is messed up, you can replace that. But when your bodies start to break down, man, the bodies start to break. You feel like it's time to get another cleaner. It's really uncomfortable. Okay, so look at the difference. Okay, let's see the motor size. Actually, I like the way this one is set up a little better. It's kind of nestled in there. Okay, this looks neater and everything. It's, I don't. Is it $100 difference? I don't know. Maybe you may have to be the judge of that one. If the $100 difference is, if it is, you be the judge of that. Okay. Let me see something. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I like this machine, but it looks eerily similar to the other one, and it's half the price. But again, the plastic seems a little more brittle than the big green. So the big green will definitely win on the durability area. And maybe that's what you're paying for, a little bit more. Okay. So if anyone's watching this and you ever wonder, should I get this for over that? The big green is more durable. All right. These guys, as long as you take care of this machine and you don't bang it up, the plastic should be fine. Okay. But I think if you're using this in a commercial environment and you're using it every single day and you're gonna wear it like that, okay, then yeah, you would probably want to have the durable machine if you're gonna be banging it in and out of cars every single day in different scenarios. People treat these commercial machines a lot more harsher than they do domestic machine, like your own machine at your house. Did I say domestic? I mean, residential. But yeah, pretty much the same to me. This may be the little brother. Call this the little brother to the big green guy. Okay? Okay? How's that? Little brother to the big green, but the motors look about the same. So if the suction you're talking about, maybe that's not the selling feature. Maybe the selling feature is the durability and the fact that it can take the beating that commercial machines have to go through. All right. Okay. Last thing. This is I saved this for last because this is an experiment. This is an experiment. This thing gave me a tough time yesterday, and I'm gonna get it off today. But it's an experiment, and I'm gonna see. First, I'm gonna retry taking this off again the way I normally would. I did saturate it with some lubricant stuff. So let's give it another try and see if I can open this. This is the way I normally do it. I'm pretty sure someone out there says, "Man, I got a better way," and if you do, share it. Okay. Tell me the better way, bro, because I'm going through a little bit trying to figure this thing out right now. And I know Kirby, man. I know Kirby like the back of my hand, and this guy here is pissing me off. All right, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Am I there? Okay. Let's try turning it one more time. Let's see if it got loose. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. Damn. It's not moving. All right, I'm gonna whip out the Dremel. Okay, let's start cutting. Make sure you have on your glasses or your goggles or whatever. And let me give this a try. Let me move this out the way. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm gonna try to cut this thing and see what I can get. All right. I just cut a V shape at the top of it. So what I'm gonna do, peel this off. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. Now, if you start seeing sparks, just know that you're touching metal, so back off, all right? But the Kirby can handle it. the Kirby can handle it. The Kirby can handle it. All right. Come on, baby. Come on, let's get something done here today. All right, not there yet. All right, some more cutting. All right. Let me try it again, test it again. Damn, this thing is on there. I have a feeling this thing is like welded on or something. Right? Damn. Come on, buddy. Come off now. Come on. Don't bang it though. Don't use a hammer because you may bend the shaft, and you don't want that. That's not a good outcome. But I'm just trying to peel it away, and because once I can peel it away, then what I'm gonna have is access to the metal behind the shaft. I want access to this section here. I want access to that section back there, because then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold one vice grip this way, and then I'm gonna hold this that way, because I don't want to bend the fan, and too much pressure I can bend the fan. So I don't want to mess around with the inside of this thing. And if it was a generation Kirby, one of those, I would have a better time with it. This one here, this one decided to give me a tough time, but it's okay. It's all right. I love a challenge. Let's do it again. Let's do some more. I'm not ready yet. I'm just trying to peel away one section of it. Good. I think that's it. I think that's it. Hold on. Let me see if I did it. I think I did it. Let me see, man. I think I did it. Come on. Get off. Yeah, get off there. Come on, get off. There you go. Get off there. And we don't want you in here no more. Okay, it was a good run. Time to go. Okay. Yeah. I'm just peeling this off piece at a time, man. Damn. It's like patience, young one. One step at a time, it is. Oh, man, Yoda. No, hold on. Let me see if I do Yoda right. You say, patient young one, right? One step at a time, you must know. One step, no. At a time, one step you must take. If you talk Yoda, Yoda talk. Oh my gosh, come on, man. I'm about to go. This guy, you got to come off right now. Just trying to get this plastic off. Ah, there it is. There it is right there. Come on. There it is. Come on, I found you. I found you. I found the crack. I found you right there. Oh my gosh, come on. This. Look at your ass. One more. Come on. Golly. Damn. Hold on. Come on. Holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut again. Gosh. I'm almost finished though. All right. My shirt. Got dust all over my shirt. All right, let's see. Let's see if I'm successful. You got to stick around for the end. See if I make it. Okay. Woo! Gosh. Okay. All right. So now the shaft is off, right? The fan is off that shaft. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to hold the vice grip this way. Okay. Come on. All right. And I'm going to use this guy and I'm going to turn it the other way. Who's saying what's up? Somebody's saying what's up. I didn't see them. Hold on. Give me a second. Sydney. Where's my gloves? I know, right? Oh, coño. Thank you, Sydney. You're the man. Oh, my gosh. No, not these. I need thicker gloves. I need thicker gloves for these, Sydney. Thank you very much, bro. You're looking out for me. You're looking out for me, but I do need thicker gloves. I should have. My hands are already dirty anyway. But yeah, I totally got straight into it, and I forgot to tell you guys about my favorite gloves. But if you're doing work like this with Dremel and stuff like that, you want to get something thick, like the regular workman's gloves. I don't know. I wasn't thinking at the time, but let me get this off. Got out. Oh man, this pissed me off, man. Look how easy it came off now, right? So something had it kind of welded on there and everything. Fine, whatever. Okay. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna get, and I'm finished for now, but I'm gonna finish wrapping this up. So I'm just gonna put another fan on. There's a plastic washer that goes in the front, on the back. I'm sorry. You have your metal washer. You have a plastic washer. So when you get a fan blade in a bag, it's going to come with a shaft like this. It's going to come with a washer. It's going to come with Now, the one for this one, they don't have all that fancy stuff, the rubber gaskets and all that, okay? These old ones just come like this. The new Kirby's have a rubber gasket that goes around this guy, okay? And then when you put it on, but I'm gonna sand this a little bit because a couple of the this thing kind of scratched it a little. So I'm gonna sand it a little to kind of smooth it out some because of some of the rough edges because of the cutting. And I'm just gonna put the new fan on. But if anyone is stuck like this, definitely wear your gloves. They're protective gloves, thank you, and goggles, right? And that's what I use sometimes if I have to do something crazy like this. I'll get a Dremel, nice little cutter Dremel, and just cut away at what it is. Don't feel like there's some rule that you have to follow. The rule is get it done, get the job done, stay safe. That's the rule when it comes to repairing things. That's the rule. And then be safe. And if it's, especially if it's electrical, you want to follow the diagrams and everything else. Of course, you follow those rules. But sometimes, man, when it's just patching something up or getting access to something behind a wall or whatever, man. Look, at that point, let's cut the wall. Let's get in there, fix it, and we can patch the wall up on the way out. All right, but guys, thanks for anyone who came and hung out. I appreciate the time you gave us. Don't forget. Oh, listen. If you know of anyone who is interested in comics, okay, I'm having a live show on Whatnot on Friday, 7:30. Right. I'll give you an example. I have a few that I'm doing now. And is this going to be up? Are we going to put this up? I don't know. Probably not, right? I got some old Flash and stuff like that. But I haven't really, I haven't gotten all the books into the thing yet. But these are just some of the books that I'm going to be focusing on DC this Friday. Okay. So we're going to put some of this up. So it's my screen name is Primal Art. What I'm going to do, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in this link. I'm going to put it in the description for anyone that you know that might be interested in something like that. Tell them to just go and check it out. Okay. And we're going to be selling this stuff off, starting bids at $1 and stuff like that. And I'm just having fun. I have it's over 1,000. How's that? I have over 1,000 comments. I used to have over 3,000, but 2,000 of it disappeared. I'll leave it at that. And I just want to now I want to just kind of move them out and get them sold and be done with it. And then whoever can leverage it for better profits, be my guest. So we'll do that. All right. So that's Friday. Primal Artist is the name that I'm using. I use Primal because some of my characters, I have these primal characters. They're green hair and all that stuff. So I'm sticking to that theme. But anyway, meet us there and Whatnot on Friday, 7:30. If you're interested in at least checking out some comics or at least, seeing. This is my first one I'm doing. I've never done it before. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. Visit the website, MonroeVacuums.com, buy parts, belts, things of that nature, and come back and see us again. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. Most likely this Kirby's going to be fixed. I'm not going to let that hang out another day. I may have another machine. I have a lot of machines I'm working on, backpacks and but if you need to see something specific, let me know. What else I have? I have a new motor coming in. I hope that motor comes in tomorrow for that LG stick. And what else I have? I'm just trying to off the top of my head. That's it. No shampoos. Bunch of backpacks. Dyson is done. LG. That's that. Yeah. Kirby. Whatever. And everything else is sales. I just want to sell everything. I'll see you guys later. Bye.